Can a lawyer have a side business? The answer is yes. And how do I know? Because I'm a lawyer and I started the business I'm in today as a side business. You know, as a lawyer, I was a practicing transactional real estate attorney. And that, of course, is grinding the hours. I was working for a big law firm. You really needed to put in 2,300 billable hours to make headway in that firm. And that is for the birds. I call law often a bad business for smart people. Because as lawyers, we're typically conservative, we have bills, we want to be careful, we don't want to go bankrupt and all that stuff. You know, we have a lot of sort of golden handcuffs. And as my friend said to me one day, this law, it's like a pie eating contest where the prize is more pie. And you know that because you do a good job and just shove more work on your plate. I think there's a much better way to do it. I started a side business. I'll tell you about my side business, maybe the one for you or something else. But the first thing I'd offer you is encouragement. It is possible and you should do it. That's the second thing. Unless you absolutely love the law and you're crushing it. For the vast majority of people who are depressed, distressed, drinking too much and getting divorced, like many lawyers are doing, just get out of that rat race. It's the penultimate rat race. I was sitting there in my big law firm and thinking, I can't do this anymore. I've got to somehow, I was stressed. I had a full head of hair before I started that. Now look at me. In any event, I started looking at a side business and I found one that is really related to law, that draws on my skills as a lawyer, but is much more scalable and makes much more money. The business is called Overages. And the way that it works is when a property is sold at a foreclosure auction, either a mortgage foreclosure auction, a trustee's sale, which is of course when there's a deed of trust, or a tax foreclosure auction, when the property sells at one of those sales, when it sells for more than the debt, the extra over and above the debt is available for the former homeowner to claim. Now, generally, they're going to claim it through one of two processes, either through an administrative claim process where you're going to be applying to the agency that foreclosed through a simple form and applying for the money that way, or second, through a petition process where you file a simple petition in court. This person was the owner. They lost the property. It sold for $50,000 more than the debt. I want the $50,000. Really straightforward. So you'll understand that as lawyers. I don't need to explain that further. So you might ask yourself, so where is this a business? And here's where it's a business. The people who lose their properties at these foreclosure sales have no idea there could be any money that they could claim, how they would claim that money. Most of them are cowed and intimidated by the government. Let's face it, the government kicked them out of their house. So they're pretty cowed and intimidated. The money mostly goes unclaimed. The state of Maryland did a 3-year-long study, and they found that 72% of the time, the people didn't get the money. Now, it varied slightly by year to year, but essentially 72% of the time, the money was never claimed, and instead it's just forfeited to the government through an achievement process. And that's outrageous. That is such a bad solution because these are the poorest of the poor, and they're losing everything. So essentially, these are like little tiny contingent fee cases that are very simple, where there are no depositions. There's no real fighting because the only question is, are you owed the money or not? It's kind of like when you file a tax return. You fill it in, you say you're owed a refund, you ask them to send it to you, and the IRS sends you your money. This is similar. There's not a lot of fighting over it, so it's great. And it's also very scalable because most of the work can be done by other people. I have people that get the lists of people that are owed the money. I have a team that does that. They're remote working in the Philippines for, I think, $6 or $7 an hour. I have another team that gets the contact information for the people. I have another person that reaches out to them on the phone and says, hey, there's a refund that you're eligible to claim. Would you like to work with us? Our company gets refunds for people in a situation like you where there's money that you don't even know you're owed. When they say yes, then I have another team, my former paralegal, it's easy, who fills in the paperwork and applies. Now, if we have a petition we have to do, she'll fill in the paperwork. We generally send that to outside counsel, so I'm not tangled up in that kind of detail. And I'm just orchestrating the process, and all that I'm doing is using my expertise as a lawyer to troubleshoot. Sometimes you have something, it's an estate, and you have to talk to the estate lawyer handling the estate. Oh, we found another heir. You're just doing regular management stuff. But what you're not doing is you're not bogged down with day-to-day legal, scheduling depositions, going to court, dealing with 53 clients. This is a very regular kind of practice that is very similar to a law practice, but it doesn't have the disadvantages. Doesn't have the angry clients, doesn't have the things that drag on forever. These are very simple, straightforward, short things. And best of all, as an attorney, you're really well equipped to deal with any complexities that come up. Not generally too complex, but sometimes they can be, with estates and things like that. Nothing not manageable. I love this business as an alternative to a traditional law practice because it's very regular. Most of the work can be parceled out to other people. And I'm really more the manager and stepping in from time to time with some technical expertise and working with local counsel, making decisions. So I really like it. It doesn't take a lot of money to start. I train people how to do it. We have a home study course that we offer. We occasionally do live education. It's something you could start for $2,000. And the equipment that you need is a computer that I'm sure you already have, an internet connection that you probably already have, and a telephone if you want to make the calls or phone for someone else. Now, we're not going to be putting ourselves up as a law firm. I don't want you to be, getting into problems with the Bar Association with applying. So all we're going to be doing with that is you start a business that is a claiming company and refund company. As the attorney, you're the owner, you're the manager, you're using your skills, but you're not acting as someone else's attorney. You got legal work to do, just send it to outside counsel. It's more efficient, you don't get bogged down. This is a really great business. And this is something you do as a side business. Because if you're gonna have either yourself calling or you're gonna have other people calling, that can be done nights and weekends. All the stuff is handled by mail. You're not meeting with anybody in person. I have people that can go out on your behalf and meet with the people, get all the papers signed up. Costs less than $100 to do that. You never have to leave your house or office. All this stuff can be done on the side. And you may find, like I did, that I love this business so much between the helping people aspect and the making money without the headaches of a traditional law firm, without a partner breathing down my neck, without clients like, is my work done yet? Is my work done yet? Instead, everything's standardized and very straightforward. So I think it's a great business for lawyers. So you don't have to be under the kind of stress that we as lawyers are under. You can have a great life. You can work less hours. You can spend time with your family. You can not be stressed out. It is a really great business. I also have some folks that frankly are retired lawyers where they still want something to do. This is a great business. You can do it at a very low level if you want to. Just do a couple cases a year and make some great money. There's some large cases. What you're seeing on your screen is a list of monies that are available. And you can see they can get pretty large. They can get into hundreds of thousands of dollars. More typical one I would say is between 50 and 100,000 is probably more typical. That's good money. We treat it like contingent fee work, typically charging 30 to 40%. So you can see there's a great thing. And these things don't take a lot of time. Generally, the team is spending 8 to 10 hours on a claim. I'm probably spending half an hour here and there. I mean, it's not. And any of you handle the claim from beginning to end, it's probably 8 to 10 hours worth of work. So it's very lucrative. It's a great business. It'll leverage your skills and it can get you out of the day-to-day practice of law if that's what you want to do. Or you can just have it as a side business to supplement your business. It'll leverage your skills. It'll be great. And I think it's a really good way to do it. So if you want to learn more about this, I recorded a short video called Intro to Overages. I think it's 20 minutes, something like that. Anyway, you'll see a link on the screen. Just click on that. That'll take you to that video. Or click in the description down below and you'll see a link. Go there. I'll see you and I'll introduce you more to the overages business, tell you the ins and outs. I'm just telling you lawyer to lawyer. I still have my law license. I think this is a far superior way to most law practices. And if you want something lower stress that frankly can be more rewarding both emotionally and financially than most law practices, I think this is great. And it's something you could do. People even bring their families into it. I have one lawyer friend of mine that we're doing a live event in about a week. He's bringing his son and his wife and they're going to do the business together. He's heading to retirement age. I think it's really great. It's very flexible. So it's something you should really consider doing. So anyway, click on the link. I'll see you over in my Intro to Overages business. It's attorney Bob Diamond. Look forward to seeing you over there.